Hi guys, welcome to TechBased. In this video, as promised, we're going to talk about all the new features in Windows 11 24H2. We're going to cover everything that there is to it, and we're going to try to check out every new feature that is available in Windows 11 24H2. For those of you who don't know, Windows 11 24H2 was officially released and announced on October 1st, and the version that we have on Windows 11 24H2, basically the first build released, is the OS build 26100.1882. One thing that I'm going to remind you is that Windows 11 24H2 is rolling out slowly, so not every user will see it right away, but in the coming days or weeks, if you check for updates, you should see the new version pop up. So if you enjoy videos like these, please don't forget to leave a like below and also subscribe to the TechBased channel with the notification bell activated so that you won't miss any future uploads like this one. So let's begin with the video. Before starting the video, I want to introduce you to private internet access. Using the internet without private internet access is like leaving your phone unsupervised in public places. All it takes is one quick thief to grab it. A virtual private network, or VPN for shorts, hides your IP address and safeguards your internet connection through an encrypted tunnel. Private internet access is the world's most transparent VPN provider with over 30 million downloads, and their no-logs policy has been proven multiple times in court. Streaming services such as Netflix have different library options based on where you are located. Using private internet access, you will be able to watch those shows or movies that are not available in your current location. With private internet access, you can also unblock restricted content such as news websites for Canadians, which have been blocked in the past month. And you can use one private internet access subscription to protect an unlimited amount of devices at the same time. Make sure to check out private internet access in the links from the description below for a great deal. 83% discount and 4 months free. First of all, we're going to talk about some features that are only present in Microsoft's PCs that are called Copilot Plus PCs, and these PCs have some special functions that use AI, and those features and functions will not be available to any normal user, but I'm just gonna briefly mention them so that you know they exist in case you maybe have or plan to buy a Copilot Plus PC. First of all, these PCs use the Neural Processing Unit, or NPU, which is capable of performing over 40 trillion operations per second, and they are designed to handle the most demanding tasks with ease. So on these computers, you can translate audio and video content into English subtitles from 44 languages with live captions. I think that is pretty nice. And in Microsoft Paint, you're also getting Image Creator, which is basically an AI function that will allow you to generate images based on an input. I think that is also pretty nice. Additionally, on these computers, we're getting Windows Studio Effects, which can help you enhance your video calls and cancel noise. Also, Auto Super Resolution is the first AI-powered super resolution solution built into an operating system, which is making games automatically play smoother with higher resolution details. And also, Image Creator and Restyle Image in Microsoft Photos. This is also another feature related to Copilot Plus PCs. So I briefly mentioned them because, as I know, not many of you, maybe none of you, have a Copilot Plus PC, so those features don't interest us necessarily. Now let's move on to features that everyone can encounter in the new Windows 11 24H2 version. First of all, we have Wi-Fi 7 support. So Wi-Fi 7 is basically the latest technology for Wi-Fi. Unfortunately, I cannot test that out because I don't have a Wi-Fi 7 network card and also a router, so you need to have those devices in order to be able to play around with Wi-Fi 7, but it's good that in Windows 11 24H2 we have that support, and it's basically a way faster speed compared to Wi-Fi 6. Microsoft states that Wi-Fi 7 is up to 4 times faster, smoother, and more responsive. Inside Bluetooth and devices, you're going to be able to notice the Bluetooth LE audio enhancements for assistive hearing devices support. Basically, Microsoft is improving hearing aids inside Windows 11 24H2. I think that is great. And also, the Bluetooth and devices settings page has also been enhanced to offer more functionality, as Microsoft states. You can see details about connected Bluetooth devices such as battery life, connection status. You can also access audio settings for audio devices with ease. So these are some welcome improvements inside Windows 11. Moving on to the system tray and taskbar enhancements. First of all, in the quick settings section, we have a new scrollable view. So before, we had to customize this to add the functions and the buttons that we wanted. Well, right now we can still edit this, but we can scroll around all the functions and we can still customize. As I've said, you can drag things around. You have that nice little animation that you can use. We also have live caption support here, as you can see, which will automatically turn on live captions once you click on it in quick settings. Related to network and of course quick settings and taskbar, we now have a new animated icon that indicates when a connection is in progress. So for example, I'm just going to disconnect from this and then I'm going to connect to this connection again. You can see this animation in the system tray, which looks pretty good. We also have a refresh button for Wi-Fi networks alongside with a scan progress indicator to help you find the networks you need. So I think that is pretty nice. And also, VPN management is easier with a new split toggle for single VPNs and an improved list for multiple VPNs in the quick settings section. Related to the taskbar, if you have, for example, multiple tabs opened inside File Explorer, if you're going to use the keyboard combination Alt plus Tab, you're going to notice that the preview thumbnails are now shown with multiple tabs, and also in task view it is the same. I think that is pretty interesting. In the taskbar, the progress bar design under app icons is updated for better visibility on both the taskbar and the start menu, and I think that is pretty interesting. These are basically the changes related to the quick settings and taskbar. Moving on to the File Explorer, if you right click on a file, you're going to notice that all the quick actions buttons now have a label, and that is great news because at the beginning of Windows 11 I didn't use these quick actions because I didn't know exactly which was which, so I think it's good that Microsoft added a label to it. Also in the File Explorer address bar, you can now drag and drop files. For example, I'm just going to drag and drop a file here, and I can drag it in the address bar back to this folder. As you can see, it's really easy to use. If you right click on a file, you're also going to notice that you can now compress file, basically create an archive with multiple formats. So far it was only possible to extract archives with multiple formats, but now you can also create archives with multiple formats: zip, 7z, tar, and you also have additional options. You have the location, archive format, you have compression method, compression level, and also additional options. I think that is pretty nice. Also, PNG files now support metadata editing, allowing you to add information to your images. Related to the power management section of Windows, if we go to quick settings, you're going to notice that we have the energy saver icon here, which we can turn on. It has that nice load animation and also that nice icon. And you can also configure this if you go to settings by pressing Windows plus I, then system, and then power and battery. And you're going to have here energy saver, which you can customize. For example, always use energy saver. You can turn this on. Turn energy saver on automatically when battery level is at level 30, for example, in this case. Also lower screen brightness when using energy saver. We're also getting energy saving brightness control for plugged in devices, and you can find that in system and then display. So you can see here we have changed brightness based on content, and this will be only on battery only, but you can turn it on always if you want to save more battery. Then settings inside network and internet, if you go to Wi-Fi and then select your Wi-Fi connection, you're going to have this new section, Wi-Fi network password. You can click on show. You're going to notice that your Wi-Fi network password will be shown, and also a QR code will be generated, allowing you to connect easily with other devices to that same network. Also, this window matches the Windows 11 design principles. I think it's looking pretty good. Also, inside mobile hotspot, inside network and internet, you're going to be able to create a hotspot. Of course, it automatically generates you a password and also a QR code that you can scan to connect to that mobile hotspot using your Windows 11 24H2 device. Related to Wi-Fi, we're also getting enhanced privacy controls for Wi-Fi network access. So for example, we get new notifications, new pop-ups. As an example, we have one here: let Windows and apps access your location, and you have multiple options: yes, no, or open settings. You can customize those in privacy and security, and then going to location, you can see here how you can customize location services, let apps access your location, and more. And also, if you prefer to keep your location private, you can disable notify when apps request location, and as you can see, if you turn this off, you may not be notified if an app is blocked from accessing your location. Some apps might stop responding as expected. Related to Microsoft Teams, Microsoft is adding account management and also notifications inside Microsoft Teams. You can add or switch between accounts really easily, and you also have enhanced notifications, but I'm not going to go in depth with this because I'm sure that not a lot of you are using Microsoft Teams. We're now talking about a new AI feature which is called Voice Clarity, which was initially exclusive to Surface devices but is now available to more devices. And this is a feature that elevates your audio experience on Windows using AI, basically using low complexity AI models. It effectively cancels echo, suppresses background noise, and minimizes reverberation in real time. And this is basically now automatically enabled for supported devices when you're using phone link or WhatsApp. I think that is pretty nice. In Windows 11 24H2, we're also getting the sudo commands, so you can access that by going to Windows PowerShell, and if you type in here sudo, you're going to see that sudo is now enabled on this computer and it works. But if it's not working because it is disabled, you're going to have to open the settings app, then go to system, and then for developers, and you're going to see down below enable sudo. Enable the sudo command. Running the sudo command could expose your device and personal data to security risks or harm your device. It is turned on. You can also configure how sudo runs applications in a new window with input disabled and also inline. There are also some improvements to remote desktop. Basically, we're getting an enhanced connectivity and also accessibility. You can check more about this if you're interested in the official Microsoft blog post. In the Windows setup, when you're installing Windows, we're also getting an updated experience. And one change is that when you need to connect to a network and there's no Wi-Fi drivers, you will be given an option to press an install drivers button to install drivers you have previously downloaded. You can now also customize your lock screen by going to settings and then personalization, screen and then lock screen. And here you're going to be able to personalize the lock screen status, which can have mail, weather, calendar, dev home, and more. In the start menu, Microsoft is adding a new start menu account manager whenever you click on your user, and basically you have info about your Microsoft account, Microsoft 365 account manager, and also cloud storage. You also have a quick link to your Microsoft account settings and a sign out button. And if you have multiple users on your device, you're going to have 3 dots here, which will let you switch between users really easily. And also you can drag and drop pinned apps from the pinned section to the taskbar by just dragging and dropping. Of course, this works for pinned installed apps, and then you can right click and unpin if you no longer want that app to be pinned. We also have additional improvements related to clock. Hovering over the date and time of the system tray will now consistently display a clock even with a single clock setup. And also charging notification update. Whenever you're charging, basically you're getting a new notification if Windows detects a slow charger. Moving on to the settings app, we're going to talk about a few of the changes here. In settings, accounts, and then linked devices, you're going to be able to manage all your PCs and Xbox consoles from this new page. This feature is available on Home and Pro editions when you sign in with a Microsoft account. As you can see, Microsoft cannot show my linked devices right now because I don't have any, but you can click on manage devices used with your Microsoft account to change that. Inside settings and account, you also have the option to add a recovery phone or a recovery email. Here, basically, this is a new pop-up notification that will allow you to have a recovery email address or phone to ensure that you never lose access to your Microsoft account. Also, in the home section of settings, you're going to be able to notice a Game Pass recommendation card, but this will only be available for people that are actively playing games on their PC. You can also configure a default location, which will be used when precise signals like GPS aren't available. You can do that from settings, privacy and security, then location, then default location. You can click on set default. You can use the map to set a default location. Also, we have print job management. You can pause and resume print jobs directly from the print queue, allowing you for convenient printer maintenance. And also in printers and scanners and settings, you can easily rename your printers in Windows 11 24H2. In settings, system, and then if you go to sound, and then if you select your microphone, you're going to have this new microphone test section where you can talk or play audio at a normal level for a few seconds and see how you sound. Also additional options. We're also getting variable refresh rate. You can get higher frame rates and help reduce screen tearing in games that don't support this by default. You can turn this on. And also we have improved refresh rate logic, allowing different refresh rates on different monitors depending on the refresh rate for each monitor and content shown on the screen. In settings, accessibility, and then color filters, we're going to have new options for tuning intensity and color boost to the color filters. And also something similar in system, display, and color management. You're going to be able to add or remove color profiles, set default color profiles for the connected displays, and configure auto color management. In settings, accounts, and then Windows backup, you're going to notice that Windows can now back up your sound settings, including your sound scheme. You just have to enable remember my preferences from accounts and Windows backup. There are also a lot of security improvements in Windows 11 24H2, one of them being BitLocker. I've done a previous video in which I talked about BitLocker in depth, how to disable it if you don't want it, and how to recover your key if BitLocker is enabled on your computer. BitLocker will automatically be enabled if you do a clean install of Windows 11 24H2. We're also getting Rust in the Windows kernel, a robust programming language designed to enhance system security and performance, Windows protected print mode, personal data encryption for folders, SHA-3 support, local security authority protection enablement on upgrade, server message block protocol changes, Windows local administrator password solution, and also disablement of remote mail slot protocol. You can check more info about this in the article below or on the official Microsoft website if you're interested in that. Moving on to the task manager, inside the performance section, we're going to notice that the DDR speed units are now changed from megahertz to MT per second, and also we're getting faster process handling. Task manager now releases process handles more quickly when stopping a process, alongside with improved reliability and performance, and also accessibility improvements that include keyboard focus for easier navigation, tab key navigation, text scaling, screen reader support, high contrast heat maps, and also easier resizing. We also have a small change to registry editor. It now supports limiting a search to the currently selected key and its descendants. I think that is nice. Related to narrator, the scan mode in narrator now responds quicker, and you can use that by turning on narrator and then activate the mode by pressing caps lock plus the spacebar. We're also getting improvements to the Get Help app. It now offers enhanced network diagnostics to assist you in getting back online. You can select the specific network interface you want to troubleshoot, and the app provides advanced diagnostics for driver and other hardware issues. A lot of improvements are also present for Windows Share, so you can now no longer accidentally close this window because you now have a close button which you have to click to close it. You can also generate QR codes, really easily from here, and you can send emails to yourself from this window directly. You also have this new copy button, which you can use to copy certain files or text that you're sending, and you can directly share content to specific Microsoft Teams channels and also group chats from the Windows Share window. And you can also directly share content to your Android device using the Phone Link app. There's also some input improvements, for example, new German keyboard layouts, Comac keyboard layout edition, and also a new Hebrew keyboard layout. To enable these, to just go to Settings, Time and Language, and then Language and Region. So basically, these are all the new features mentioned by Microsoft and enabled by Microsoft in this initial release. As you saw in the video that I've done about Windows 11 24H2 features, I mentioned that certain features won't be available on the initial release because Microsoft still has to work on them, still has to test them, but I'm looking forward to seeing your opinion in the comments below about Windows 11 24H2. If you enjoyed this video, please don't forget to leave a like below and also subscribe to the TechBase channel with the notification bell activated so that you won't miss any future uploads like this one. I was Emmanuel from TechBase. Until next time, have a nice day.